The Pilgrim's Progress. Chapter 1. The Man with the Burden. Christian lived in a busy city. Every day, people rushed past him. They worked and played and never stopped to think about big questions. But Christian felt different. Something worried him deep inside. One night, Christian opened an old book. As he read, his hands started to shake. The book said important things were coming. It talked about right and wrong. It talked about being saved. "This is true," Christian whispered. "I need to listen." Then Christian felt something strange. It was like a heavy backpack was on his shoulders. But when he reached back, nothing was there. Still, the weight felt real. It pushed down on him every day. "What is wrong with you?" his wife asked. "I don't know," Christian said. "But I'm worried. Something bad is coming, and I don't know what to do." That night, Christian walked outside the city. He felt scared and alone. Then a man walked up to him. "Why are you so upset?" the man asked. "I'm lost," Christian said. "I need help." The man smiled kindly. "My name is Evangelist. Do you see that tiny light far away?" Christian looked. "Yes, I see it. Run toward that light," Evangelist said. "Don't stop. Don't look back." Christian thought about his home. He thought about his family. But the heavy weight on his back hurt so much. He took a deep breath and started to run. Chapter 2. The Muddy Swamp. At first, Christian ran fast. He felt happy to be going somewhere. The road looked clear, and he almost forgot about the heavy weight. But soon, the ground got soft and wet. Fog hung in the air. Christian walked slower. "I should be careful," he said. Before he could stop, his foot slipped. Christian fell into thick, sticky mud. He tried to climb out, but he kept sinking deeper. The weight on his back pulled him down. "Help!" Christian cried. "I can't get out." A man named Pliable stood at the edge. He had followed Christian to see where he was going. "I thought this was supposed to be a good road." Pliable shouted. "It is," Christian said. "Please help me." But Pliable got scared. "No way. I'm going back home where it's safe." He turned around and left. Christian felt alone and afraid. His arms hurt. Maybe he had made a mistake leaving the city. Then a strong hand grabbed his arm. "Take my hand," a voice said. Christian looked up. A man named Help stood on dry ground. With one big pull, Help lifted Christian out of the mud. "Why did you fall in?" Help asked. "I was scared," Christian said. "I couldn't see the path. This swamp is called the Swamp of Sadness," Help explained. "Many people fall here when they get too worried and scared." Christian wiped mud off his face. "Will the whole trip be this hard?" "No," Help said. "But you must keep looking forward and be brave." Christian thanked him. Even though his clothes were dirty and his legs felt tired, he kept walking. Chapter 3. The Wrong Turn. After the swamp, Christian walked more carefully. The road looked better now. Maybe the hard part was over. A well-dressed man walked toward him. He had a big smile. "Hello there," the man said. "You look tired. Where are you going?" "I'm going toward the light," Christian said. "I'm looking for a safe place." The man nodded. "That's nice. My name is Mr. Wiseman. I help people feel better. What's bothering you?" Christian pointed to his back. "This heavy weight. It won't go away." Mr. Wiseman frowned. "Oh my! I'm surprised someone sent you on such a hard road. There are much easier ways to fix your problem." "Really?" Christian asked. "Of course," Mr. Wiseman said. "There's a nice village nearby. Smart people live there. They can teach you how to feel better. Why be sad when you can be happy?" That sounds good, Christian said slowly. Mr. Wiseman pointed to a tall hill. Just go that way. You'll find help. Christian thanked him and turned toward the hill. But as he got closer, the hill got steeper and steeper. The weight on his back pressed down harder. Each step was difficult. I can't climb this, Christian said. He fell to his knees. What have I done? He whispered. Then he heard a voice. Christian, why did you leave the right path? It was Evangelist. He looked serious but not angry. A man told me this way would help, Christian said quietly. Did it help? Evangelist asked. Christian shook his head. No. It only made things worse. That's because regular people can't take away your burden, Evangelist said. Go back to the narrow gate. Follow the real road. Christian felt ashamed, but he also felt grateful. He turned around and headed back. This time, he promised himself he wouldn't listen to people who made wrong things sound easy. Chapter 4. The weight falls off. Christian walked carefully back to the right road. He felt bad about his mistake, but he was determined to keep going. Finally, Christian saw a small gate beside the road. It was plain and easy to miss. He walked up and knocked. Who's there? Someone called. It's me, Christian answered. I was told this is the way to life. The gate opened. A kind man stood there. Come in quickly, he said. Christian stepped through. The path inside was straight but narrow. He felt relieved but also nervous. He had come through the gate, but he still had the heavy weight on his back. The path went up a hill. At the top stood a wooden cross. As Christian got closer, something amazing happened. The weight on his back started to loosen. Christian stopped walking. Slowly, the heavy burden slid off his shoulders. It rolled down the hill and disappeared. It's gone, Christian whispered. Tears filled his eyes. He knelt down by the cross. For the first time in a long time, his back felt light. His heart felt free. How can this be? He said softly. 3 shining people appeared. Your burden is taken away, one said. You are forgiven. Another gave him new, clean clothes. The third gave him a special paper. Keep this safe, he said. You'll need it at the end of your journey. Christian stood up. He felt so thankful. He promised to keep following the path. As he walked on, the road seemed brighter. Even though more hard things would come, Christian now believed he could finish his journey. Chapter 5. The Loud Market. Christian hadn't gone far when he met another traveler. My name is Faithful, the man said. I also left the city of destruction. Christian was happy to have a friend. They walked together and told each other their stories. Soon they came to a loud, crowded town called Vanity Fair. Music played everywhere. People shouted and sold things on every corner. Buy our stuff, merchants yelled. Stay and have fun. Christian and Faithful looked at each other nervously. We need to walk through, Christian said. But we don't belong here. As they walked, they didn't buy anything. Their simple clothes and quiet ways made people stare. Why won't you have fun with us? Someone demanded. We're looking for a better place, Faithful said calmly. The crowd got angry. These men are insulting our town. Soon, Christian and Faithful were arrested. Many people lied about them to the judge. Faithful was chosen to speak. I haven't hurt anyone, he said. I'm just following what's true. The judge frowned. We don't care about truth here. Christian watched as Faithful was punished. Even though he was scared, Faithful stayed brave. He kept his eyes on something beyond the angry crowd. Christian felt so sad. I lost my friend, he cried. But then he saw something wonderful. Faithful was welcomed into heaven, free from all pain. He finished his race, Christian whispered. Later, Christian was let go. Even though his heart was sad, he felt stronger inside. Faithful's bravery had shown him the way. "I'll honor him by finishing the journey," Christian said. As he left the fair, Christian walked alone, but his steps were steady. Chapter 6. The Dark Castle. After leaving the fair, Christian met a new friend named Hopeful. "I saw what happened to Faithful," Hopeful said. "His courage showed me this path is true. Can I walk with you?" Christian was glad to have company again. One day, the path got rocky and rough. They saw another trail that looked easier. "This way looks better," Hopeful said. "It does," Christian agreed. They stepped onto the new path. At first, it felt nice. But soon it got dark, and they reached a big, scary building. A terrible giant appeared. His name was Despair. "You're on my land," he roared. The giant threw them into a dark dungeon. No light came in. "You'll never escape," Despair said as he locked the door. Days passed. The giant came back often. "You might as well give up," he said. Christian felt his hope fading. "Maybe he's right," he whispered. "No," Hopeful said. "We must remember what we know is true. There's always hope." One morning, Christian suddenly remembered something. "I have a key," he said. "It's called Promise." Christian pulled out the key. It fit the door perfectly. The lock opened right away. They ran through the castle and escaped. When the sun rose, they were free. "We need to be more careful," Christian said. "Yes," Hopeful replied. "But even when we mess up, we can keep going if we remember our promises." Together, they went back to the right road. Chapter 7. The Deep River. Christian and Hopeful walked for many more days. The road was quieter now. They talked about everything they had learned. One morning, Christian stopped. "Look," he said, pointing ahead. Far away, beyond green fields and soft hills, they saw the celestial city. It shined like gold in the sunlight. "We're so close," Hopeful said happily. But then Christian noticed something else. Between them and the city was a wide, deep river. There was no bridge. "I'm scared," Christian said. "I didn't know about this. This is the last part," Hopeful said gently. "We have to go through it." They stepped into the river together. At first, the water only touched their feet. But with each step, it got deeper. Soon it reached Christian's chest, and he got very afraid. "I'm sinking," Christian cried. "I feel lost again." Hopeful held his arm. "Don't be afraid," he said. "Remember the promises. You're not alone." The water got even deeper. Christian stumbled. "I can't feel the bottom," he said weakly. "Look up," Hopeful said strongly. "The path is still under your feet." Christian took a deep breath and lifted his eyes. Slowly, he felt the ground again. His fear went away. With new strength, they kept going. The river got shallower. Finally, they climbed onto the other side. Christian fell to his knees. "It's finished," he said softly. "Yes," Hopeful smiled. "The journey is almost done." Together, they looked at the celestial city. Its gates stood open, waiting for them. Chapter 8. Home at last. Christian and Hopeful walked slowly toward the city. They could hardly believe the journey was really ending. The road was smooth now. Peace filled the air. As they got close to the big gates, they heard beautiful music. Christian had never heard anything so wonderful. It made his heart feel full. "This is the place we've been looking for," Hopeful said softly. At the gate stood shining messengers. One held up his hand. "Do you have the paper you were given?" he asked. Christian carefully pulled out the special paper he had kept safe. His hands shook as he handed it over. The messenger looked at it and smiled. "You may enter." The gates swung open wide. Beautiful light poured out. The music got louder and more wonderful. "Welcome," a warm voice said. "Welcome home." Christian stepped inside. All his pain, fear, and sadness disappeared. He felt completely whole and happy. Christian looked around in wonder. He saw many people, all filled with peace and joy. The long, hard journey had been worth it. Every difficult step had led him here. Hopeful turned to him and smiled. "We finished the race." "Yes," Christian said. "And we reached the place we hoped for." Trumpets sounded. Christian felt deeply peaceful. The scary city he had left was far behind now. All the hard times had made him stronger and brought him home. As Christian walked into the city, he knew his journey had not been for nothing. What started with fear and a heavy burden ended with peace and forever joy. Christian's long journey was complete. He was finally home.